gods of Olympus have abandoned me. Now there is no hope.
And Kratos cast himself from the highest mountain in all of Greece. After 10 years of suffering, 10 years of endless nightmares, it would finally come to an end. Death would be his escape from madness.
You're listening to a young AG instrument scenario.
Yo, what's up guys, it's your boy Nimza GP and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video I've got something real special for you guys. God of War is currently at its all-time high, and that's because Ragnarok has been released recently, and this is the perfect time for me to make this video. Alright, so with the way God of War has been blowing up, I've been thinking about all the older games and the experience that I had with them. And a lot of you guys out there probably didn't get the chance to play the game because maybe you were too young at the time, maybe you weren't even born, maybe you didn't have a PS2, or maybe you did and you're just in the mood for some nostalgia. But not to worry, because I got your back. In today's video I'm going to show you guys how to actually play God of War on your PC using a PS2 emulator. I know that sounds a bit daunting, but don't worry about that because I'm going to take you guys step by step and show you exactly how to do this. But without further ado, man, let's just get into it.
Alright guys, welcome to the channel once more. So we're on my desktop and I just want to take this opportunity to tell you what it is that you're going to need before this video even starts. Alright, so obviously you're going to need your PC. You're going to need a good internet connection, and you're going to need a PlayStation controller, Xbox controller, any aftermarket controller, that's fine. Alright? Then what you're going to need is you're going to need to create a folder on your desktop, alright, and rename that PCSX2. Okay? This is where we're going to be saving the file. Once you open up your browser, just go ahead and change your download location to this folder over here. Let's go ahead and open a browser. I'm using Opera GX. You guys can use whatever browser you're comfortable with. So once your browser is open, you can go ahead on this URL bar over here and you can type in PCSX2, or you can find the link down in the description, right? So this is the official PCSX2 website. Right, so you're gonna be hit with those two options over here: the latest stable build or the latest nightly build. Alright, so I've opted for the latest nightly build because this is the latest of the latest of the latest version of PCSX2, although they are working out kinks and bugs and this and that. Very seldom did I come across any problems, whereas with the latest stable build that was released last, I think in like 2021, so it's fairly old and I had a bit of issues with it. If you want to take the stable build, then go ahead, but in this video I'm recommending the nightly build, right? So you're going to come over here and then it's going to give you these options for Windows, Linux as well as Mac. Alright, so I'd like to bring your attention to this over here where it says AVX2QT, okay, and then this over here which says SSE4QT. Right, so these versions within the operating system options, this is what you're gonna have to figure out, like what will your computer actually run, right? But don't worry, like the old Indian people say, don't worry, don't make panic, boss. Alright, you're gonna go open up a new tab and you're gonna go to this site over here and you're gonna download this tool, CPU-Z. Alright, sorry, I'm looking in 100 places. I got like 2 screens open here showing the same thing. So you're gonna come over here and select download now, and you're gonna install this app, right? Okay, once the app is installed, this is what it's going to look like. It's going to give you all the information with regards to your CPU, motherboard, memory, SPD, I'm not sure, graphics. You can do a benchmark test and about the actual company and this product, okay? But we're interested in this over here. Specifically, we're interested in this, the instructions tab. So we're going to go back to our browser, back to this PCSX website, and we're going to take a look. What does my PC actually support? In this case, my PC supports both. There's it over there, SSE4 and then AVX2, right? But if your PC doesn't support both, hence I did recommend you take this so that you know for sure you're not downloading the incorrect option. Okay, so just another reminder, please change your download location to the folder we just created, and you're gonna go ahead and select whatever version your PC supports. Okay, you can minimize that, but don't close it completely. We're gonna need that in a minute. So you're gonna come over to the folder that you've just created, and you're gonna extract this PCSX2 folder. You're gonna extract it to within this folder. Okay, you can use either 7-zip. I use 7-zip. Or you can use WinRAR, or you can use WinZip, whichever extraction tool that you use. I'm sure it's gonna work. Alright, so you just extract it. It'll be real quick, it's not really all that long. And then this is the actual program. Just double click it. Alright, you're gonna come over here and say start BIOS. Okay, I'm sure your interface is just gonna be like, it's gonna be blank. You're gonna come over here to start BIOS, and it should give you an error. Okay, it's gonna say something cannot start without BIOS, doesn't it? Alright, so don't stress. We're gonna get that in a moment. The reason why, you can go ahead and close this. The reason why I asked you to actually open up this program is because these folders, majority of them wouldn't have been here if you didn't start it up the first time. Alright, so we basically just started it up so that you could get these BIOS folders and things like that. Back to your browser, you're gonna go ahead, open a new tab, and you're gonna come over here to this website. Alright, if I didn't mention before, I'll mention it now, that all these links will be in the description down below, right? So you're gonna come over here to download. Please be sure to deactivate your ad blocker for this. Alright, we're gonna hit download for Windows over here. I'm just gonna go through with you because it is a bit of a long story. So you're gonna say download for Windows again. It's gonna take you now to a different website, and then you can go ahead and select download. Alright, I'm not gonna download it because I did do that before. Once it's downloaded, you're gonna bring it into this folder, within the folder you just created, and in the folder named BIOS. Okay, you're gonna extract it within this folder. It's not gonna take very long. You can go back to PCSX2 and you're gonna start it up. Alright, you're gonna say system and you're gonna say start BIOS. You're gonna be met with this screen over here, if I'm not mistaken. Right, you're gonna come over here to browse. You're gonna come over here to the folder that you've just created, and then select BIOS, and then you're gonna say select folder. You're gonna come over here and you're gonna select refresh list. Okay, you press that and then you close. Now if you can take a look at this, I've got a few games already, and if you're interested in getting some games, obviously you would be, you're gonna come over to your browser and you're gonna search PS2 ROMs download, and you can go ahead and double check any one of these websites. I'm sure you'd find some games, right? I'm so sorry for not including anything within this video, but I don't want like to be labeled as like a thief or a pirate or anything. I don't want to do anything illegal. I don't want to show you guys anything possibly illegal. Alright, so I'm sure that you're more than capable of finding these ROMs if you do need them. Okay, so that's that. I'm here to show you how to get the software, alright, and how to actually run it on your PC correctly. Alright, so that's now done and dusted, out of the way. Right, now what you need to do before we actually put it up now, you're going to come over here to settings, you're going to come over here to controllers, you're going to come over here to controller port 1. Okay, this is how it's going to look. It's going to be blank. You're going to come over here to automatic mapping. Make sure that your controller is connected by now, whether it's wired or whether it's Bluetooth. Right, you're going to come over here automatic mapping, and in this case I am using this Nikon Unlimited Revolution Pro 2 or something like that. And look, if you're going to be using keyboard and mouse, oddly enough the option is there. Right, there you go. it's there, so you can go ahead and close it. We're gonna go ahead and boot up God of War 1. Hey, nostalgia! Is that you knocking? Alright, let's go ahead and say new game. What I like about this nightly build is that it actually gives us the option for full screen, and you're able to see the stats. I'm gonna actually enable that on the next section of this video. With this, I just like to showcase how this app runs once you just download it and not change a thing, right?
No hope.
And Kratos cast himself from the highest mountain in all of Greece. After 10 years of suffering, 10 years of endless nightmares, it would finally come to an end. Death would be his escape from madness. But it had not always been this way. Kratos had once been a champion of the gods.
Hey, this is the beginning of the franchise, man. This is like absolutely insane. So if you haven't experienced this before, this video is most definitely for you. Hey, chill out, bro, chill out. PS2 controls are definitely something to get used to. Alright, so you can see it's quite fuzzy. It's not very clear. I mean, back then we were playing these things on RCA cables, man. There was no HD TVs. If you had a 74 centimeter, you were lucky. You know what I'm saying? This was back in the day, man. The games really held up well, but like, you know, the graphics and stuff, not really. So let's just go ahead and close this off. Okay, and let's take a look at the settings, because this is the important part of the video. Alright, so let's go over there. Settings, interface, the first tab, right? You're gonna wanna select this over here, render to separate window. Alright, other than that, there's not much I'd like select here. Game list, BIOS, emulation. Over here I select 110, and then over here I do overclock of 130, and then a moderate underclock over there, and then I enable this, right? So what that you've seen that I've got like an i3. So if you have an i5 or i7 with its own dedicated graphics card, you probably won't need to be doing this because the faster the CPU speed, the less quality you're gonna have, but then it also allows you to run games a bit better. So please take this advice with a grain of salt, because like these settings are gonna be specific to each person, because it's gonna depend on what type of PC you have, and that's gonna determine how you're gonna be setting all of this, right? But I am trying to make like a guideline for you, so it's a bit easier, okay? But if your settings and my settings are like matched 100%, I can't like guarantee that the result will be the same. So please just do bear that in mind, right? So that's that over there. This maximum frame latency, I don't mess with this. I don't mess with anything else here, right? On to graphics. All right, the renderer, if you click over here, you've got quite a few options. Under this latest nightly build option, we actually allowed to use Vulkan, or we able to use Vulkan, which is really cool. I found that with certain games, Vulkan really gives a tremendous boost in speed, and that's like, it's absolutely dope, man. So we're gonna take Vulkan. This over here, full screen mode, borderless full screen, most definitely. Over here, widescreen again. De-interlacing, like I don't mess with anything over here, right? I don't mess with that. Enable widescreen patches, yes. This other stuff, I don't select any of those. Okay. Rendering over here, this is the native PS2 resolution. So I'm gonna say let's take 720, right? Mid mapping and all of this I don't mess with. This anisotropic, that's a word, anisotropic filter, right? Let's try that on ×4. If you are confused in terms of what does all of this mean, you will get like an explanation at the bottom. Reduces texture aliasing at extreme viewing angles. All right, I don't know, I've noticed I don't get like a lot of lag or latency or like anything bad happening if I put this up. So this over here, I leave it at unscaled, and CRC fixed level, let's put it on aggressive. All right, and then this blending accuracy, I don't mess with that. Over here I select spin GPU during readbacks and spin CPU during readbacks. This basically to improve performance, but like you can say increase in power usage, but my laptop's on charge, so that doesn't really matter. If you are using a laptop, I have to tell you that this thing isn't gonna run the same if you run it on battery power. I'm sure you would like have guessed that already, but just like, you know, heads up. Okay, this I don't mess with. OSD, this is our on-screen display. Show FPS, show CPU usage, show stats, show frame times, show speed, show resolution, GPU usage. All right, so that's all the information you need in order to you know, just check how everything is running. All right, so yeah, that's about it. Let's go ahead and put up God of War once more. Hey. All right, so now before we boot it up again, we're gonna go over here to options, and let's check this widescreen option. I think we'll double check that once we're in the game, right? All right, let's turn this progressive scan on. This should give us a bit more frames or a bit of a better picture quality. All right, let's check the difference.
The gods of Olympus have abandoned me. Now there is no hope.
And Kratos cast himself from the highest mountain in all of Greece. After 10 years of suffering, 10 years of endless nightmares, it would finally come to an end. Death would be his escape from madness. But it had not always been this way. Kratos had once been a champion of the gods.
Foul beast! I will send you back to the depths of Hades!
Hey, look at this. This is a massive difference. Okay, bear in mind that how your PC is like built in, like your graphics card and things like that, is gonna determine the outcome. But also, like what's happening on screen. Like if your screen is really busy, there is a chance that it could slow down. But like I basically have an Intel integrated graphics with the i3 processor, and I mean, bruh, look at this. For you guys who didn't experience this before, maybe because you didn't have a PS2, maybe because you weren't born, maybe you were too young, I don't know. You can experience it now, man. It's like, this video is for you. So, needless to say, before we go in here, needless to say that you have to update your drivers before even considering downloading this program, okay? Also with the Vulkan option also, I need to let you know that if you're having errors with Vulkan, the game is crashing and things like that, giving you errors, please go ahead and download the latest driver for your graphics card or whatever your display adapter is. Just go ahead and download the latest driver, or if it's still giving you problems, uninstall or roll back the drivers and then do a fresh installation. That should clear the errors, right? Because this Vulkan on some of the games, it's like the performance boost on this thing is amazing. Alright, one more thing, I'm going to actually be uploading a video on how to optimize your PC for the best gaming experience. Alright, so if you are looking forward to that kind of videos, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content. Alright.
I am the god of war! None shall defy me! I am the god of war! None shall defy me!
And that's it for me, Nimza GP. I'm out. Peace.